Hello everyone and welcome back. So I've been creating a lot of houdini content, a lot of houdini tutorials, and before that I was doing Maya and Bifrost, and I thought it would be a nice challenge to recreate some edge damage effects in Maya using Bifrost. As you can see, this is my progress, and today I will be showing you how I did it. So let's get started. So I'm gonna delete this graph and unhide the smooth out pillar. It's just converted from the smooth mesh preview. And I'm gonna create a new graph and grab these three objects and middle drag them to the graph. And since we have three different objects, we want to loop over them. So let's do that. So for each, and we will input the mesh, and in here we will use a get from array to isolate the current iteration. So get from array, and we will get mesh in here, and the index will be the current index, and we will just output it. So if we create a terminal, oops, and to the proxy, and we hide this original group, we will have the same geometry, nothing changed. So now we don't have booleans in Bifrost, so we need to use volumes. So for that, let's go inside, and we will create a mesh from volume. Let me see if we need to do something special. Let's connect it and create a volume to mesh. Volume to mesh. Let's connect the volume. And this is looking fine. We just need to increase the resolution. So in this case, let's go for 0.01 in the detail size. That will be enough for now. Now we need to duplicate this. So Ctrl C, Ctrl V. And this one, we will use a different resolution. We want it to be a bit low res, so let's go for 0.03. Well, let's check that. So, and now we want to smooth it. So smooth level set property, and connect the volume. And we will smooth it by about 5 iterations, let's say. So 5, maybe more. And it's not having any effect because let's check if we create so we need to check store level set. And now we can smooth it out. So let's say 5 for now, and let's do the same in this one and check the result. Yeah, that one is looking way better. So before, with all those problems, and now. So now that we have this, we can simply use merge volumes. So merge volumes, and we can take this one and the smoothed one and do an intersection. So let's check the result. And you can see that we are indeed smoothing out the edges. And what we can do now is do an offset, level set. So let's alt drag it in level set. And let's offset it by 0.1. And you can see we are already starting to get that broken up look. But we want it to be more random, so we will not use the offset level set. We will instead advect the volume so we get some noise and it creates a nice breakup. So let's create a voxel field. So voxel field and create the volume. And this one is correct. Now we create an advect field and connect these to fields. And finally we create a field to volume. And we can, let's connect these to the final result to check how it looks. And we might need to do something in here, so in this case we need to store level set, as right now is creating a fog volume. And let's go into the detail size and decrease it to 0.01. And this is extremely slow when I'm recording, but not when I'm working normally. For some reason it's extremely slow. So let's also increase the bounds because it's cutting off in here. So let's say something like 20 in here, and this should work fine. And now we can advect the volume with a turbulence field. So fractal turbulence field. Let's connect it to the velocity field and check the result. So we actually need to increase this. Let's connect this. Let's do the connections properly so we can actually connect this here and to the output. So now it's not lagging anymore. And we will advect the volume, and let's say by 3. And we already have some noise going on. Maybe change the frequency to 2. Or to 5. Oh, the frequency, not... Sorry. The frequency will be around 3. So it repeats a bit more. And now we can test with our merge volumes. So let's connect these in here. And finally to the volume to mesh. And there you have it, the edge damage. Now we can play a bit with the seed of the fractal turbulence field, so let's say 2, and it will generate another pattern. We can possibly change the frequency. Let's reduce it to 2, and it gives a more subtle result. And what we can do also is on the mesh to volume, the first one, we can change the detail size. So let's try 0.005, and you can see it's a little bit more precise, let's say. But let's also change the turbulence, so let's increase this to 4 to check the result. So maybe that's a bit too much. And what we can do is on the smooth, we can play with the iteration. So let's say we want 10, and that will just erode a bit more, so maybe let's keep it to 3. Or 5. And then we can play with the magnitude of the fractal, so we can say 2. So what we can also do is on the mesh to volume, we can decrease the detail size and see the difference. So now is a bit too much, so let's go with 0.04. Let's try that. Now it's eroding too much, so let's go back to a value of 0.03. And let's see in the field to volume if we decrease the size. Let's check if that makes a difference. Oh, it does. 0.005, I mean. And gives some nice results, as you can see. So yeah, now play with it. There's a lot we can do in Bifrost. I hope to come back to it some other day, but for now that's all. And don't worry, Houdini guys, because I will be back to Houdini very soon. Thank you and see you next time.